my first directing.
Oh shit, look at her eyes.
I wouldn't do it anywhere else. I know my character so well. I know a lot. I'm excited about that. It's more right now I'm thinking about...
Look at her eyes. Slit like a cat.
Like, do I cut in the middle of the scene if I don't like how someone's acting?
Like a straight cat.
It really puts a lot of power in my
I'm
hand,
telling you.
so...
And she takes a toast to it. Crazy ass bitch. I just caught that on TV.
Represented the greatest political upset in American history. Because it was on that day, November 8th, that God declared that the people, not the pollsters, were going to choose the next president of the United States. November 8th, that God declared that the people, not the pollsters, were going to choose the next president of the United States. And they chose Donald Trump. Largest margin in history, because Christians understood that he alone had the leadership skills necessary to reverse the downward death spiral our nation was in.
Math. A lot of people think it's almost impossible for him to do, Don, but he is insisting that this is something he's going to be able to do, and he's taking this all the way to the convention.
Check this out.
$44 million in March.
Oh my word.
Brianna, stand by. I want to bring in Sarah.
Can you believe this?
Sarah, you're at the Trump rally tonight. So what's happening there?
Irrefutable.
Okay, another one. Charles Strange, the father of one of the Navy SEALs, Michael Strange, said he didn't believe the explanations from the Pentagon that the Taliban wasn't tipped off to the Extortion 17 mission, and that's the call sign.
Play it again.
How this has become now to be referred to as killed in this crash. Said he wanted to know why Afghans were not interviewed as part of the military's post-crash investigation. Did you get any answers on that point today?
I asked that specific question in the hearing
Right after he starts talking, after he stops talking, she'll look up and her eyes flicker. It's kind of crazy. Tell me what you guys think.
Okay, another one. Charles Strange,
Right
the
here.
father of one of the Navy SEAls, Michael Strange, said
Or
he
rewind
didn't
it.
believe the explanations from the Pentagon that the Taliban on that point today.
I asked that specific question in the hearing of the Pentagon. They did not have a good answer to that. They agreed to get back to us on that, but they did not. We did not get a clarifying answer on that particular point.
Okay, another one. Charles Strange, the father of one of the Navy SEAls, Michael Strange, said he didn't believe
guys
the
catch that?
explanations
I'll
from
zoom
the
it back
Pentagon
out one
that
more
the
time and I'll be
Taliban
done.
wasn't tipped off to the Extortion 1.
Answer on that particular point.
Okay, another one. Charles Strange, the father of one of the Navy SEAls, Michael Strange, said he didn't believe the explanations from the
Try to
Pentagon
pause
that
it
the
right on there.
Michael Strange said he didn't believe the explanations from the Pentagon that the Taliban today.
I asked that specific question in the hearing of the Pentagon. They did not have a good answer to that. They agreed to get back to us on that, but they did not. We did not get a clarifying answer on that particular point.
Okay, another one. Charles Strange, the father of one of the Navy's.
Weird. Really weird. See what y'all think.
You know, he said he was off at an airport.
Check out this chick's eyes.
During the time this crime happened. Why didn't they believe that the first time around?
Well, the first time around in 1957, when Jack, along with hundreds of other people, were
high definition
considered suspects, he was cleared. He made a collect phone call from another city that was verified by the FBI agents. They interviewed the and the manager. He spoke with 3 recruitment officers.
He was FBI
and those gentlemen.
All right, here we're looking at Richard C. Baker. Managed Funds and Associates, the CEO, Richard C. Baker. Inescapable. Bring up your old photos, you in your 1st through 4th grade class photos with you and all the kids in the class, and blow up all the eyes. What you'll see will shock you. 98% of all the kids that are in the class with you have a slit in their eye. And if you bring up enough of your photos, you'll see you got a slit in your eye too. You got a reptilian core to your brain. Nobody escapes this. We are part of the slave class, people. Plain and simple. Nobody escapes this. You need to unite peacefully out of love for each other and a common cause of survival. I'm not saying all these guys are bad. Look, you got a reptilian core to your brain. You got one slit to your eye. But there is a group of these people that do eat humans. And you do need to unite peacefully. And you need to find love for each other. For your survival. I love you people. See my channel immediately.
Governor has declared a state of emergency. Ellison Barber is live at the University of Virginia Medical Center, where many of those injured are being treated. Ellison?
Right now, 5 people are at this hospital in critical.
Governor has declared a state of emergency. Ellison Barber is live at the University of Virginia Medical Center, where many of those injured are being treated. Ellison?
Right now, 5 people are at this hospital in critical.
At least a decade taking my clothes off and being photographed, saying bad words on TV. And at least a decade taking my clothes off and being photographed, saying bad words on TV. And
Bro, that dude's eyes. Look at the cast of CNBC. Look at it. Look, oh.
I still don't know what happens to the rest of the chicken.
I'm putting this on YouTube. Oh my God. Look, you see that? You see that? You see that? That's a reptilian, bro.
Good morning.
Vor allem aber haben sich ihre Sommerziele verschoben. Die Türkei
And I don't do it through debates. But I don't need to debate any Christian. I was a Christian. I am a Muslim. If you want, I can give you both sides. Easy. But he will ask you if you delivered the message. It's just like it happened yesterday. I'm standing in between the kitchen. I'll play both parts. I'll be the Christian and tell you this, and then I'll be the Muslim and give the answer. And I'll be the Christian and tell you this, and then I'll be the Muslim and give the answer. You were at a place and you saw somebody change their religion to another religion in the temple of that religion, and the father was the priest there, what would you think?
Ustedes saben que fue decidida la movilización para el 7 de marzo de mañana y antes del fin de mes un paro nacional por 24 horas. Y además tenemos que exigirle a los presidentes que asumen el cumplan con los compromisos, a los presidentes que asumen el cumplan con los compromisos de campaña, porque están haciendo posible a los presidentes que asumen el cumplan con los compromisos de campaña, porque tenemos que exigirle a los presidentes que asumen el cumplan con los compromisos de campaña, porque están haciendo todo al revés. Decirle a los presidentes que asumen el cumplan con los compromisos de campaña, porque están haciendo todo al revés. A los presidentes que asumen el cumplan con los compromisos de campaña, porque están haciendo.
ADC comunica con tutti e dà voce a molti.
Very, very complex situation, and I know in particular I reached out to UNHCR and we talk often about daily on reports what's happening, and I know that that the team there for UNHCR is extremely frustrated that they can't access the people. They can't get to the internally displaced people because of the violence until there's a ceasefire, until they actually can't reach them. That's a particular part of the UN that brings aid relief and is able to be present, and they can't get there.
the great things that are happening with the company relate
He's
to
a
a lot of
fucking
what we're
reptilian.
doing in America
Look at
with
his
the
eye.
resiliency of the U.S. fleet and
Who are
resiliency
you?
of the American
Why is your eye
electorate, which is
doing
where
that?
we're investing now.
A minute from the White House. Before I introduce him, though, I want to talk to you a little bit about the man I love. The first time I spoke at our convention, George was governor of Texas, and I was in front of the largest crowd I'd ever addressed. That night, I told you about a man of character, whose principles would not shift with the winds of politics or polls. A lot has changed in the last 8 years, but one thing has stayed constant. George remains a man of strong values with enduring love for the United States of America. America is in the middle of a heated campaign. Recently, you've heard a lot of politicians offer a lot of opinions, but you haven't heard very many facts. So I thought I'd share a few with you tonight. In honor of our nominee, let's call it a little straight talk. The issue that's close to my heart, President Bush initiated the most important education reforms in a generation, holding schools accountable and boosting funds for reading instruction. Today, student achievement is rising across the board, and test scores for minority students are at the highest they've ever been.
Those demonstrations suffered physical violence against him because he was out there demonstrating in favor of reform, and he's saying, help us, don't leave us alone.
Well, that is a voice that we need to be listening to, but I think it's also true on the pictures you showed there, with
live shit.
As you said earlier, we have seen in the past, I think starting all the way back to...
Time is 9/16, June 22.
Those black students who were marching, and we saw the viciousness then, and then we saw that picture in Vietnam. Those kinds of pictures live forever in people's memories. It's one of these kind of naked moments in our political life when you see to the core of what the issue is. And here in her death, there on the streets in that blood, I think we saw through to the core of what this regime is doing to its people.
I mean, there's no question, David, when you look at that picture, tears just come to your eyes, whether you're a parent or a brother or a sister or whatever. Let me just play the flip side of the argument that Mohammed made. The president says he doesn't want the United States to be used as a foil. Certainly, Iranian leaders have already tried to draw the West, particularly the United States, into it. Anthony Coriston writes in a
They keep taking the screen off him because they know he's fucking up.
The situation would be different if the United States or any outside power had a magic wand, or if any of the lies regarding foreign interference being told by the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad were true. The fact is, however, that the United States cannot suddenly intervene in Iran. American political...
Guys, Hannah Thomas Peter has the latest for us from the UN in New York. Russia's ambassador to the UN... Russia's ambassador... Russia's ambassador... Russia's ambassador... Russia's ambassador to the Russia's ambassador to the